Hey, Shelby Frederick here, your coach and wellness strategist. Welcome to Coaching Jewels with Shelby, your daily reset for mind, body, and spirit. I help high-achieving women transform breakthrough into lasting success through my D.D.B framework, nervous system integration, faith-based business strategy, and AI consulting. Each day you receive one clear thought, one practical step, and one encouragement so you can move forward with focus and peace. If you're ready to grow in clarity, courage, and obedience to your God-given assignment, you are in the right place. Hit subscribe, turn on notifications, and grab your journal. Let's grow together with Jesus at the center. Hey. Good day. Hello to you, my friends, my sisters. It is so great to be back with you all at the top of this week. Listen, I'm going to get right into what we're going to be talking about on today. Listen, we are 2 weeks away from our early registration closing for our D.D.B breakthrough cohort. Listen, I'm so excited for these ladies that are coming into our cohort at the top of 2026. And what I want to do today is I'm just going to answer some of the questions that I've been getting. And I want to first ask you, are you ready for D.D.B, or are you still avoiding the dimension that's limiting your life? So this is not about hype. This is not a hype video. This is clarity. This is your dimensional reality check, right? So I want to frame this for us. You've heard me say it before, and that is your weakest dimension determines your ceiling. It's not your talent, not your desire, not your intentions. Your dimensions, meaning the 8 dimensions of wellness, they decide how far you rise. You may say, well, what is that? Well, let me just remind us. Our 8 dimensions of wellness are physical, emotional, spiritual, intellectual, social, occupational, financial, and environment. So D.D.B, discern, dismantle, and build, it's not built to make your stronger area stronger. It's built to strengthen the dimensions that are blocking your progress. So if you've ever felt stuck or inconsistent, overwhelmed, or constantly like you're constantly starting over, it's not a motivation problem. It's not a motivation problem. It's a dimensional problem. So who is this for? You're ready for D.D.B if your physical dimension is low and your body can't keep up. What does that look like? This looks like your emotional dimension. It is sitting in a place of instability, and your reactions are actually draining you. Your spiritual dimension, it feels quiet and direction feels foggy. You ever had the brain fog? What about your financial dimension? Triggers stress. So you avoid looking at the bills, you avoid going to the mail, you avoid answering the phone calls, or you enter into that place of shame. Your environmental dimension, if it feels cluttered or you feel scattered or you feel heavy. What about your occupational dimension? If it feels forced, like you have to force yourself to work, that's because you're working from depletion and not from the place of your capacity. Your intellectual dimension feels blocked because you're just simply tired. Your social dimension feels strained because you're not regulated. So if you see yourself in 2 or more of those areas that I just mentioned, you're not in a mild struggle. You're in what I call a dimensional imbalance. And imbalance does not fix itself. So let's go into what does D.D.B stand for. D.D.B, discern, dismantle, and build, is 8 weeks of focused dimensional work. So we start by identifying your bottleneck dimension. And most of us women, we have a cluster. And this cluster looks like physical and emotional, or emotional and financial, or it could be physical and environmental, or it could be emotional and occupational. And so, what we do is we stabilize those areas first. For example, if physical wellness is low, then we fix sleep, energy, nourishment, and just simple movement rhythms. If emotional wellness is low, we work on regulation, resilience, and recovery. If financial wellness is low, then we build clarity and remove avoidance. If spiritual wellness is low, then we reconnect you to direction and grounding so that by the time you get to week 8, your internal system is now more steady than it's been probably in years. And that's what makes Activate possible. That's what prepares you for full integration. So I want to go over the top objections that I hear. Top objection number one is I'm not ready. And I hear this every round. I'm not ready yet. Well, your dimensions don't wait for readiness. Your dimensions reflect how you're living right now. And you become ready by stepping into the work. You build readiness through physical stability or emotional regulation, spiritual clarity, environmental structure. If you wait to feel ready, your weakest dimension stays in charge. And that keeps you in the same loops. So you're not waiting on readiness, you're waiting on a decision. You're waiting on a decision. The second objection that I hear is that, well, I could just fix this on my own. I can do it on my own. You have the books, you have the notes, you have the awareness, you have the YouTube playlist, but your dimensions didn't rise. And they didn't rise because you're lazy. It's because self-guided dimensional change, it maxes out really, really fast. So doing this work alone keeps your emotional dimension under pressure, your physical dimension exhausted, your financial dimension unstable, and your environmental dimension chaotic. D.D.B gives you structure, it gives you accountability. It gives you expert troubleshooting. It gives you community momentum because isolation keeps you stuck, but support moves you forward. Now, the third objection that I hear, well, is this worth the investment? So let me just be very clear. You're not buying information. I don't sell information. You have plenty of that. You're investing in the raising of your dimensions that keep draining you. And guess what? Low physical wellness costs you hours of lost energy. Low emotional wellness costs you clarity, consistency, and also relationships. Low financial wellness, it cuts your opportunities, it costs you your opportunities, and it costs you your peace. Low spiritual wellness, it costs you direction and alignment. So when your weak dimensions rise, then everything else improves. So what improves? Your work improves, your health, your money, your boundaries, leadership, relationships, your home life. And so integration, which is what I teach, integration is the foundation for sustainability. So your yes changes your dimensional future. So you have 2 weeks before our early registration ends, and that's when the price increases. You have 2 weeks before the founding member benefits disappear, and they will be gone. You have 2 weeks before your weak dimensions stay right where they are, or they begin to rise. So if you have not already taken the assessment link is going to be in the show notes. But for those of you who have taken the assessment, if your assessment showed imbalance, that means that if your body, your mind, your money, or your home, if those things feel strained, If your emotional dimension feels unpredictable, if your spiritual clarity feels low, then this is your moment. Your 2026 dimensional scorecard will reflect this decision. It will reflect it. And so, basically, as I wrap this up, if you know your weak dimensions need support, then again, the application link is going to be below. D.D.B Breakthrough, Activate Experience, or the Complete Pathway Bundle, where you're doing both together. So again, early registration ends December the 20th. And this window will not repeat. Decide from truth and not fear, because your dimensions are ready to rise. Are you ready to rise with them? Well, if you're ready, I'm ready. So thank you for spending this quick moment with me. And I'll be back a couple days this week. Blessings.
Hey, 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 before you go, take a second to breathe and notice one shift you are taking from today's coaching jewel. Drop your takeaway in the comments so your mind records the win. If this spoke to you, hit like, subscribe, and share this with another high-achieving woman who needs a reset for her mind, body, and spirit. Remember, breakthrough is a starting point. With obedience, discipline, and grace, you build lasting success. Keep working the D.D.B framework. Discern, dismantle, build. I am Shelby Frederick, and this is Coaching Jewels with Shelby. See you in the next video.